Well, I'm gonna
Take my horse down
To
the old town road, and I'm gonna drink a beer
ride
with
it.
all them hoes.
Nice. I like it.
I'm feeling fine today.
Same here, man. I'm having a great day.
Ooh.
I am having a great day. I got my beer in the Old Town Road, and cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to the bar.
Welcome to the bar.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to
Welcome
this.
to your resident crazy cats.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's good to be back.
I think our lighting is different.
What's different about it? Oh, that one.
Can't give away the secret.
What do you think? Should I change it or leave it? You gonna change it?
I got this for you.
Okay. We'll see what happens. How does it look now?
Sexy.
Yeah, is it better?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We got the lighting the way.
You think this was our first time doing this?
Yeah, we forgot to do the other one afterwards, so it's good now though.
Rusty.
But we're feeling good today.
Mm.
Spirits are high.
Yeah.
I'm like tasting most things again. I'm enjoying food again.
I can move again.
You're feeling good.
I can think again.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's a good start to the bar with good vibes and good feelings all around for us.
Yep.
And we just had some delicious oven roasted chicken.
Yeah, we did.
The best way to cook it is always with the potatoes and carrots underneath.
And the onions.
And the onions, so it all drips together.
Yep.
You gotta have potatoes, the carrots, the onions in the bottom of that pan.
Yep.
And then you can make the gravy or not make the gravy if you're into gravy with the drippings. It's the best way to eat it.
It is the best.
It's the best way to cook it. It's the best way to eat it.
Yep.
And I mean for a full chicken, like for a full one. In a pot with the potatoes and the carrots, the dripping to make the gravies.
Yeah.
That's the best way to do it.
Yep. It's the only way to do it.
I think so.
Yep. For full chickens, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't need to have some sort of special holiday or whatever.
You can do it anytime.
Yeah, I feel like for whole chickens, people feel like they need to have it on like Thanksgiving or a birthday or something.
Oh, yeah.
Lies.
Mm-hmm. No, it's true. Anytime.
Celebrate any day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give thanks for every day that you have a chicken with some potatoes, some carrots, and onions, and a delicious tastiness, and the best way to cook it. In a pot, all together. There's a lot of different ways to cook a chicken, but if you're going to cook it all together, you get that mixture, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best way.
It's delicious.
Have you ever had a chicken cooked on like a flame fire?
I don't think you could cook a whole chicken like that. Well,
They
I'm going to take that back.
They used to.
You can.
It's an old school.
But it probably takes a bazillion years.
That's how people many years ago survived, by cooking chickens on fires.
Yes, but now we have ovens.
Thank God for ovens.
Yes, because I enjoy.
I would not want to start a fire every time I had to cook a chicken, and it would probably take quite a while to cook that chicken.
It would.
Yep. So I am thankful that we have evolved into the oven.
Thank you to whoever invented
Because
the oven.
fire cooking chickens every day would be a long process.
It would be a long process.
That would be a super long process.
Is that process or process?
Process.
It's process?
Process. Process? I think it's process because of your processing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know, right?
Processing files and processing the way to do something. I think you could say it both ways.
Both ways? Depending
Does
on
it have
what
different meanings? Processing?
No, I don't think so.
Processing?
It's still the same way.
It's processing or processing. It's the same word. You can just say it different ways.
Yeah.
Processing. Yeah.
Yep.
There's lots of words that you can play, or you can say different ways, and they mean different things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, like, in Chinese and Japanese language, if I'm not mistaken, they even have more words that are the same word, but if you say it different ways, it means different things.
Yeah, I remember someone telling me...
There's a lot of languages that
I don't
have
know
that.
if that's in Chinese, but I know definitely in Japanese.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So they have the same word, but just the way you say it. If you say it like a certain way.
Yeah. Like you can say it one way and it'll be like a positive thing, and then you can say it a different way and it'll be like an insult.
Yeah. And it's like, well, in English we have like there. You know, there can mean different things. They're going there,
yeah,
or
but it's spelled differently.
It is, but when you say it though.
Yeah, but that's not the same thing. Because I think in Japanese it's spelled the same but said differently. Whereas ours is spelt differently and said the same.
Okay. Maybe that wasn't the ideal example.
No. It's okay.
Maybe it is spelled differently for them. I don't know. I wish I knew more Japanese. I don't know much.
I don't know much either.
Yeah. But I think they have several words that you can say differently, but the exact same word, and it can mean something. Just don't know how you say it. Mm-hmm. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff. Like if you say chicken, or you say chicken, it's still just chicken. Doesn't matter. It's still just chicken, baby. Chicken. It's all just chicken. Chicken.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm. But I'm excited to have a fire-cooked pizza because I can taste again.
Yep.
So, we need to get ourselves in gear to make the most delicious pizza that has ever been made. With flavors beyond anything. Because I can taste again and I'm celebrating it.
That's good. I feel like for the fire-cooked pizza, though, might need to be a little warmer outside.
Oh, yeah.
Like
if you want to use one of those super propane-y fire pizzas that get hot. I know what you're saying, though. I
don't want to go and cook something on a fire when it's crummy.
And too buggy if you're outside.
Yeah. You have to not do it as the sun's setting.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever cooked the perfect pizza on a fire. Like, I've burnt a couple pizzas trying to attempt to cook them on fires. It's hard to do. I've lost a couple frozen pizzas that I just either forgot about or whatever while on a fire. So, yeah. I've burnt a few pizzas on fires, but I've never cooked the perfect one, I don't think.
I think you've burnt a few pizzas in general.
Yeah, sure. I have a few burnt pizzas under my belt.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us, for sure.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I've burnt a few things myself. I think the worst burnage, as far as like cooking or baking goes, was, I don't know if you remember this. I was attempting to make this thing. I think they were called a lace cookie.
Okay.
And they were supposed to be like super thin and like crispy. And they were more of like a decorative cookie for something else. Mm. But it was basically super thin sugar on a pan. Mm-hmm. That pan did not make it.
So the pan got too sugary and then it just went
blood. It just burnt black.
Didn't make it at all. You had to throw that pan out.
There was no saving the pan.
It didn't pan out.
It
didn't pan out.
No, it did not.
The pan went out. So it panned out, but in a different way. That pan had to get tossed.
Yeah.
Because the sugar, if you're cooking with sugar and a lot of stuff, it can get a little...
Well, sugar burns. Right?
Yeah, it's like those cinnamon buns.
They weren't even that bad.
They weren't even that burnt. They were actually pretty good.
They were decent.
Yeah, but I think cinnamon buns... I'm not like an expert, but I think they have a small threshold of like from being okay to burnt over because if that sugar gets going too much and those cinnamon buns bake a little too long, like there's like literally a 2 minute to 5 minute window there.
I think it's
between the perfect cinnamon bun and your cinnamon buns are burnt because once that sugar starts going.
Yeah,
that's what I'm understanding, and then that cinnamon bun timing is tough.
Yeah,
you got to have your eyes on the buns.
And the thing with cinnamon buns, and I'm not an expert either, but I've made a few in my time. They take a lot of work and energy and time to make.
To prep a good old cinny.
To prep a good old cinnamon bun.
A good old cinny.
Yeah. So
cinnamon bun.
By the time you're at the stage where you're putting them in the oven, you're like, just come out like a bakery, please.
Yeah.
Just come out like a bakery.
I'd like to know the history of the cinnamon bun. Like, where does it come from? I feel like it was maybe like a mistake or something.
How do you mistake a cinnamon bun?
I don't know, like maybe somebody was making buns and then the cinnamon was out and it tipped over and then it like landed on the bun and then they wrapped it up and they cooked it. It was delicious.
Do you know how to make a cinnamon bun?
I'm not an expert in the ingredients that are
There's
involved
no way
in making a cinnamon
you
bun.
accidentally make a cinnamon bun.
I don't know.
You can't do it because
you don't accidentally invent a microwave, but that's how the microwave happened.
But that makes a little more sense.
Well, the guy was just playing around with stuff and he melted something and then he accidentally invented a microwave. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, but like...
A lot of inventions are accidental.
But not cinnamon
Not
buns.
cinnamon buns?
No.
No.
Just because of how they're made. Because you have to make the dough and let it rise, and you have to make the filling and let it sit, and then you have to do things and put it in the fridge and then roll it out and then put your glob on top of it.
I like it, okay.
And then you have to roll it and then everything goes out all the different ends.
So
and then you have to cut it. And,
and then it lands
that's
on.
what happens. Well, no, because you put the filling, because you have the big, like, you take your dough and you roll it out super flat.
Yeah.
So it generally takes up, like when I made it, it took up the whole half of the counter.
You made a big batch of cinnies.
No, just a normal batch of
Oh,
cinnies.
normal batch of
Just
cinnies.
like a normal, like dozen.
Regular average
cinnies.
batch of cinnies.
And so you have this big sheet of dough.
Yeah.
And then my filling was dates. And
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you take all that and you,
That's your middle
like
section.
you're
You
putting
roll it
jam
all
on a
together.
toast.
Yeah, and then you roll it all
And
up.
then you roll it, like the big thing. It's like 2 feet.
Yeah.
And then you roll it,
Okay.
and then you have to cut it,
Yeah.
and you have to like have a certain kind of knife.
Okay.
You have to make sure your knife is, I think you have to put it in hot water or something.
Okay.
Because if you just go to cut it,
Yeah.
because of all the sugar and the
Yeah.
cinnamon, it gets stuck to your knife
Oh,
and it ruins your cinnamon
so you
buns.
gotta get the knife hot so it slides
So it just
through.
goes-
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's like when you get the spoon a little bit warm for ice cream,
Yeah.
so it just kind of comes out a little bit easier.
Now, I don't remember if it's hot water that does that, but there's something you have to do to your knife.
Oh, okay.
I think it's hot water.
So there's special knife techniques involved in cutting a good cine before you cook it.
Oh yeah, making a good cine, it's...
I like saying cine. I don't know.
I'm adopting it. It's
yeah.
fun.
Cinnamon buns are now cinies.
Cine.
Just making some cinies. I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna keep that one too.
I like it.
Cinnamon buns are now cinies,
Cine.
and it's a cool slang.
I dig it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, like I've said a few times, you know, I enjoy following some simple recipes to bake, and I don't know, I've never made cinnamon buns from the start. I think I maybe helped out. Did I? I think I might have helped you that one time, or did you just make those?
No, I just made
I
those.
feel like I just ate them.
Yeah, I think you were working.
Yeah, okay, then I didn't...
Then you came home and there were cinnamon buns.
Didn't, you know, have to help out, and then all of a sudden cinnamon buns.
I think cinnamon buns are one of those things that are difficult to help with.
Yeah, that's true. It's like one of those I got this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's one of those like fuck off, leave me alone.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
not
make my
like you're
cinnamon bun.
making, you know, chocolate chip cookies and you kind of have some fun with it and, you know, take your time, make some good cookie
It's
dough.
not as simple as chocolate chip cookies.
That's fair. That's
But then
fair.
again, I've never made a cinnamon bun with somebody else, so I don't know. Maybe it is fun.
Oh. That's true. Do they have, like, you know how you can buy frozen dough for some cookies and it's okay? Do they have that for cinnamon buns?
Yeah,
like,
they do. They kind of suck.
They have, like, frozen cinnamon buns?
It's like those like tubes of dough.
Yeah.
You just kind of go.
That's what I was wondering, and you can use that
Yeah,
for like cinnamon
yeah,
buns. It's not
yeah.
the best.
Doesn't no.
No, make it fresh.
Either buy them from a bakery or make them. Yeah.
Fair. That's
Don't
a
use
bakery
frozen
specialty.
Dough, it's gross.
That's a bakery specialty for sure.
Nothing like a good old bakery cinnamon bun.
I love a nice local bakery pastry.
Haven't had one of those in a long time.
Basically anything, really. Yeah.
Well, the last one I had was
Delicious.
unexpected because a friend brought it for me.
That's true. Yeah.
That was the Mennonite banana
Yeah,
cream
yeah.
pie.
The Mennonite banana cream pie. That's
The
delicious.
best cream pie banana version I've ever had.
That's delicious.
It
You
was
got
delicious.
it straight from the Mennonite banana cream pie
It
factory.
was awesome.
That is amazing.
Yep. It's totally unexpected. I'm like, you brought me pie?
Yeah, and they're using probably the freshest ingredients that you can get your hands
Guaranteed.
on. So
awesome.
mean, if you're that fresh and that into baking the pies, then, that's delicious.
I love you, but I couldn't say that it went in my mouth.
It's okay. That's fine.
I vacuumed.
I understand completely.
I hoovered.
It's okay, and it was probably only for one anyway.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't a
it's
huge
like,
piece.
I don't like when you get something for one and then you try to split it and then you get like a couple bites. Like,
Yeah, I know,
just
it's like
somebody
here,
eat it. Just
it's
one
almost an
person.
insult.
Just one person. Just eat it. You
Just
know.
eat it.
You try to like split something for one and you're just sitting there like, yeah, this is for one. You can have it, and then you secretly just grab it. You're like, look away.
Yep.
Order for one, please.
Just one. Thanks.
Just one, please. Just one cinnamon. Imagine you went to a bakery and you just asked for one cinnamon bun.
Well, yeah. Why not?
Well, like, if they were in, like, containers of, like, packages.
Oh.
I'm not talking about, like, if they're on display, like, in the counter.
Another place to get a really good cinnamon bun is if
I'm not talking about, like, if you're, like, just on the display ones.
Yeah.
It's different. That's, like, a coffee shop kind
That's
of
what I was going to
like
say.
a coffee shop
Is
vibe.
if you go to one of those, not like a Starbucks coffee shop, not like a big chain, but like a little tiny grandma.
Just like a mom and pop shop.
Yeah. They have good cinnamon buns, too.
Yeah.
And butter tarts.
I agree with you, and those are usually the best places to get those sweet little treats.
Oh, yeah.
Little coffee shops with the sweet treats. Boom.
Tasty.
Yeah, man. I love trying out different coffee shops. I love supporting local coffee shops that are doing their dessert coffee things. I think it's great. I think it's amazing to just sit down, grab a little snacky poo and a little cinnamon bun, maybe a little coffee. Trying to get better at espresso.
I think you were doing alright.
Espresso.
Although apparently you made it really nasty this morning.
I went too heavy on the flavoring.
You can't go too heavy on the flavoring. It's strong.
Espresso. It's a whole... the coffee world is a whole thing on its own. The espresso, Americano, Picapano, Geminiano, Libidano, all that stuff. All the O coffees.
All the O coffees?
All the coffees that end in O. Americano. All coffees that end in O. Beero.
Beero? Mm. Hey, we're drinking Japanese beer.
Oh yeah, we are. And it does end in O.
It does.
Whoa, there you go. A little Sapporo. Whoa.
Oh.
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 I think words that end in O are cool.
I like words that end in O.
Yeah.
Like Oreo.
Oreo. Go. Just go.
Just go?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. No, just kidding.
Slow. Go slow. Go slow for show. Bro. Go slow for show, bro. See?
Boy.
Words that end in O. You can have a whole sentence with words that end in O. Because it's cool. It's cool. Just like that game of Scrabble we played the other day.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. You won. She won by 3 points.
3 points.
I lost in Scrabble by 3 points, man. 3 points.
3 points.
Like, what the heck was that?
I almost lost because of the Q.
Yeah, so we were playing this game of Scrabble, and the game of Scrabble was going along very well. We were both making pretty decent words. Mm-hmm. And then we got right to the end, the final 7 tiles or whatever, and we're battling it out.
Tiles.
And there was about, I think, it was like a 15-point difference, I think, or something like that. 15 to 20-point difference. You were ahead by about 15, 20 points. And then we came down to the last words. The board was full. I think you had 3 tiles. I had 1 tile or something like that.
Something like that.
And then we couldn't play any more tiles, so we had to do the deduct points from the tiles thing. And then you had the Q, so you got minus 10 points plus a couple other ones.
I had a bunch of high letters. I had a Q.
Yeah.
I had C. I had G.
Yeah. I think you got minus 15 or something.
Something stupid.
So you got minus 15, and because I had 1 tile left, it was worth 1 point. I got minus 1, and I couldn't make a word with that. Nice. If I could have made a word with that tile, and you had the 3, then I would have won. But because I couldn't, I think it was the letter U or something, and I couldn't fit it anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to do -1. But if I would use that, I would have been able to add your tiles too.
Mm-hmm.
But long story short, or short story long, even with deducting 15, you still won by 3 points.
Yeah, I did.
And it was like, and I had to deduct 1. So you won by 2 before I deducted 1. So you won by 3. But that was a fun game of Scrabble.
It was a fun game of Scrabble.
Yeah. I think Scrabble is a fun game, and it really works your wordness.
It does.
And you forget a lot of words until you play some Scrabble, and then you're like, oh, yeah, okay, there's a lot of words out there.
There are a lot of words.
Yeah.
There's a lot of words that I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of words you don't use day to day. There's a huge vocabulary of words, and you're not using half of them half the time.
Oh,
Like, literally, we barely use half of the words that we have.
I forget the word. I think it's called...
There you go, you forget the word, exactly.
Furcula?
Yeah,
Furcula?
I forget the word too.
Anyway, I'm reading that Archaeopteryx book,
Yeah.
/ bird book,
Yeah.
and it's talking about the Furcula,
Furcula.
which is on birds and theropod dinosaurs, what is their collarbone. So, like,
Oh.
our collarbone is separate,
Yeah.
theirs is attached. That's the wishbone
Oh,
part,
yeah,
right?
okay, yeah.
So, the proper term, I think, is something like that. It's Furcula.
Furcula.
Something, I forget.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm reading about this, and it's talking a lot about that, because it's talking about all the different muscles and parts that you use for flight.
Yeah.
And then I looked at some dinosaur page on Instaham, and
On the ham, you pulled up a ham sandwich.
legit, it said, it was a post about that bone, and underneath the word, it said how many points it was worth in Scrabble.
Oh, what?
Yeah, the word's worth 12 points. apparently, in
Oh,
Scrabble.
okay. I thought it was going to be more than that, but I guess if you look at the letters...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Unless you could find that triple word score.
Yeah.
That's a cool word, Furcula. Am I saying that right?
I can't remember if I'm...
Furcula.
It's like F-U...
F-U.
C...
Okay. K?
U... No, there's no K.
F-U-C-U. Okay, there's no K. F-U-C-U. Furcula. R-I-A? Furcula? Ria. E-A. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the word again.
F-U-C-U-R-E-A. Furcula.
Because I always just
Furcula.
call it a wishbone. 'Cause
Yeah. Furcula is a little weird.
that's the fancy word.
Furcula. Yeah. Okay. It's a nice word, though.
It is a nice word.
I like that
It
word.
rolls off the tongue. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah. I think I remember...
We'll insert the word here.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how the
Possibly.
editing goes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
He's got this.
Maybe we'll just leave it a mystery.
Living in a mystery.
I think at one point I tried to get motivated enough to try and learn more words, like even from the dictionary, to just pick it up and read some stuff every now and then to just get some more words. But I don't know if I did that too well. I feel like I tried once.
Reading a dictionary is boring.
That's kind of, I think, what happened.
What
I'm
you
like,
gotta do.
I know the words that I need to know. I don't know. I probably know less than. Oh no, I definitely know less than 50% of the words in the dictionary. I would say
easy.
I probably only know 10 to 20% of the words in the dictionary. Maybe a bit more. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Dictionaries are big.
That's what I'm saying, and they're all the confusing words too. Scientific words, confusing words, things that I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give myself 25% just to call it an honest 25.
What you gotta do is read something that you're interested in, but that has big words, and look up the words you don't know.
I know. I feel like that process would probably get me to a point where I would end up more confused than learning anything.
But you can't go into it being like, okay, I'm gonna read this 20 pages and look up all these words in an hour. It's not gonna happen.
That's fair, yeah. It's got to be a lifelong journey.
You gotta spend more time than that. It's like, I have people tell me that all the time, because I'll read scientific papers, and people will be like, oh, I don't read those because I don't understand the words. And I'm like, well, A lot of the time, there's a lot of words in there that I don't understand either. Guess what I do? I look them up.
Yeah.
And then I understand them.
Yeah.
And after you read them enough times, then you'll know them.
Yeah.
And then you have to just read it. You don't have to look them up anymore.
I know. And I think, like, the one thing that I've been working on is trying to remember things like that or something new that's new to you that you learn, you know? Because something that's new to you is going to be harder to remember than the things you already know because it's new to you. Mm-hmm. So to try to remember, and you can just apply that to any aspect, whatever. Something that's new to you is so much harder to retain, especially as you get older, I find. Mm-hmm. It's like you're becoming an older dog and you're trying to learn new tricks still, and it's kind of like that old saying where you can hardly teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
You know, and as you get older in life, in spite of, you know, being whatever age you're at, you're always still learning stuff.
Yeah.
But it gets harder to learn new stuff. Yeah. And your want to learn new things can be less. You're happy with what you know.
Well, because it's
harder. You kind of like, why do I need to learn that?
It's harder, right?
Why do I need to know that? Why do I need to try to go into that?
Learning is fun.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, I think like the process of trying to figure out what you're interested in is ultimately what you want to learn anyways. Because if you're not interested in something, then it gets doubly hard to learn about it. Because you're just like, oh, I'm not interested in that. Mm-hmm. You don't want to know about that. You know the bare basic minimums, and then it's like, well, you know, I don't want, that's not my field, you know? It's kind of like me in medical stuff. I'm like, I know the super basics, but I'm not medically trained. I don't ever plan on being medically trained. It's not my field, you know? It's like I'm happy with some basic stuff. But I don't need to know the whole shebang about it.
I know a decent amount.
Like, the human body is a fascinating thing, and it's very crazy, but I don't need to know everything that's going on, you know? Just keep me at the basics. It's literally, though, like, just keep me at the basics. I'm happy. I'm cool there.
Okay.
I'm cool on the basic plan. You can just leave me there. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine if you want to learn more. I'm going to be over here staying on the basic plan, okay? That's all right.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some things where it's just like if you're not super interested or into it, it's hard to, you know, retain the information. Because you can just sit there and go, yeah, oh yeah, but deep down you're like, I don't even want to like remember any of this, you know? Yep. So I think that's ultimately like the hardest thing. Same, and like with words, right? Mm-hmm. If you're trying to learn new words and you're just like, am I ever going to use this? But it's good to know.
It's a fun party trick. Want to hear a word I know? Furcula.
You know it's going to get pretty crazy? We could play a little Scrabble. I'll bet I could spell the word Scrabble.
Cheating.
I've never played a game of Scrabble and got the exact tiles to spell the word Scrabble.
Me neither.
Like never. It's never happened.
No, me neither.
It's like I'm playing Scrabble. I'm getting letters. Most of the time they're weird. 50% of the time I can't come up with words, and then I've never gotten the exact letters to spell the word Scrabble.
Nope.
You'd have to have the pretty good pull in Scrabble to do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Hells yeah.
Because I feel like there's not a lot of B's in Scrabble.
No, I don't think there is. No. Maybe 2. Well, there's got to be more than that. I think maybe. I'm not sure the exact letter layout.
The Elvis movie's coming out soon.
There's an Elvis movie coming out soon.
Yeah, with Tom Hanks in it.
Oh yeah, he's going to be in the Elvis movie?
Yeah, Tom Hanks plays his douchey manager.
Oh, interesting.
I think the guy who's playing Elvis is like a new kid, I think.
Cool, that's sweet.
I don't think I recognize the name. I don't remember it.
Yeah, but they found someone cool to play Elvis.
I don't know. I'm skeptical.
You gotta wait and see what happens.
Big blue suede shoes to fill.
Yeah, Elvis is a tough role to play.
It is a tough role to play.
You know, it was tough enough to be Elvis and to do those awesome accolades, but to play Elvis as a character in the Elvis movie is tough.
It's tough.
So you gotta just watch it and, you know, throw it up and see if somebody does a good job.
I think it's like the 14th or the 17th. It's coming
out. The Elvis movie.
Of June. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. We'll check that out. That's cool. That's cool. That'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of good stuff coming out.
Yeah, for sure, there
Prehistoric
is.
Planet with David Attenborough that I want to watch the rest of. Yay.
Yep. There's some new, like you say, dinosaur documentaries.
Jurassic World's coming out next month.
Yeah, there's some interesting plot twists and turns on some different aspects that they've come up with and new things coming out and stuff.
What else? There's something else that's coming out that I was excited about. Shit. Well, there's a new Minions movie that's coming out.
Okay, that's new. That's popping out.
I feel like there's something I'm forgetting, and I'll probably remember it when I'm not trying to think of it.
Fair, it'll just come back to you. Well, you know what else is coming up? A lot of festivals.
That's true.
So, Ontario has a lot of cool music festivals. And I had picked 3, even though there's a lot of festivals and concerts going on this summer. But these are 3 that if you live in Ontario, or if you want to come to Ontario, you can go to all 3 of these festivals.
Really?
Because they're on different weekends, they're on different dates. And if you want to spend your summer in Ontario and you want to go to some festivals, bring bug spray.
We have big mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And black flies.
Yeah, July and August brings weird bugs. So if you come to Ontario for any of these concerts, bring some bug spray and enjoy some festivals. And so I found 3. I mean, like I said, there's a few other ones. There's actually definitely some other ones, and there's always concerts every weekend going on. But these 3 festivals are close to us, general vicinity. And if you come to Ontario, you can literally go to all 3 of these concerts this summer. And you may see us at one of them.
We might be there.
We don't know. We were undecided. We may pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We don't know. So you might even see us at one of these. So, okay. So July, we're going to start at the start of July is the first one. That's right in our backyard. They got this festival, has been going on for a while. It's back in full swing. They got cool people playing cool music. I didn't list all the performers because there's a lot, and people can look into it if they want to look at all the names. But this one runs July 7th to July 10th. And this is the Northern Lights Festival Boreal. Ooh. We know all about that one.
Yeah.
Different levels. It's a good time. There's artists, vendors, music. It's just a fun weekend. So go and check that out.
Lots of different types of music.
And enjoy it. I think the culture that's involved in that concert is, amazing.
Very Canadian.
If you want to know what Canadian music is all about, the Northern Lights Festival Boreal is a super good representation of that. Because there is literally everything. You can't pigeonhole that. There's so many different styles. Yep. There's solo acts, there's bands, there's
artists, and there's
there's vendors, painters, performers. It's just a good atmosphere all around. Food trucks, they put on quite the thing.
People on stilts.
Yeah, literally. So that's a fun weekend, and that one is in Sudbury, just right up the road from us, not too far. July 7th to 10th, Northern Lights Festival Boreal. If you're coming to Ontario, you can check that one out. Also, July 21st to the 24th is another chill one. This one is, I would consider it more alternative music.
Yeah.
Probably alternative rock style. They kind of try to go for that vibe. A little bit of folk, yeah. Same thing, solo artists, bands. But they're expanding too, so both of those things are kind of similar. This one's probably... I would say folk-oriented. But there's all kinds of... So River and Sky camping or music and camping festival, July 21st to the 24th. And if you're super into it for being there for an extra day, they will let you stay on the 20th, which is, I believe, the Wednesday.
Oh.
But there's just not as many performers. But if you want to go camp for a night,
okay.
You can go there a day early, and you just get a pass, and then you can go there for an extra day.
That's cool.
So the music, I think, goes from the 21st to the 24th, but you can camp an extra day on the 20th if you want to stay an extra day. So that's a pretty cool one, and that's in Field, Ontario.
I don't even know where that
That's
is.
that's on Fisher's Paradise. So Fisher's Paradise is in Field. You go east, kind of towards North Bay, and then you go north. So you go up a little bit. So it's not too far. It's between Sudbury and North Bay, and you go north, and then you're kind of, I believe that's in the right direction. So if you're in Northern Ontario, that's another one to check out.
Cool.
And then finally, the mostly country banger of a country festival is the Boots and Hearts Festival. Boots and Hearts is
Shania Twain's playing this year.
Shania Twain is going to be coming to Boots and Hearts, absolutely. There's a bunch of other cool people playing at Boots and Hearts too. I think they try to keep that as country rocking as possible.
That is full on country.
It is the Boots and it is the Hearts.
But I mean, let's face it, with modern radio country, I feel
it's
like
kind of, yeah.
it can bridge some gaps.
Yeah, the country world is balancing itself out with old town roads and ups and downs and pop country and is it country or not. And I think the country music scene is in an interesting place because it is trying to define itself and it's hard to do. Because I think country has subcategories, like mostly everything. And you can kind of start with different categories in country, and I'm interested in just, the subcategories of country to see how far you can take it.
Like, to me...
Like, until it's kind of like questionable country.
To me, I have,
I don't know.
two categories of country.
Mm-hmm.
I have outlaw country, which is like Johnny Cash, like the darker side of country, I guess.
Yeah.
Like sad, like my dog got run over kind of stuff. Yeah. My child died, like heavy shit that makes you cry.
Yeah.
And then there's the like party, good time country.
Yeah, good vibes, good tunes.
Where you just want to drink and dance.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
laugh.
I hear you. So there's two different aspects to country. There's kind of like loud country, fun country, and then there's the kind of sappier country songs, and there's a place for all of them, I think, and it definitely just depends on your vibe. So Boots and Hearts is August 4th to the 7th. That one's in Burroughs Creek. And I've personally never been there, but apparently it's north of Barrie.
There you go.
So, north of Barrie, Boots and Hearts. I've never been to that one myself, but...
My sister has.
Yeah, your sister had. My cousin, I think, went to it. And everybody says it's a good time.
Yeah, my sister goes every year.
Okay. Yeah,
so
like her thing, yeah?
Her thing.
Yeah, there you go.
She doesn't do anything else.
She just goes to that.
She just saves everything for Boots and
Hearts.
Hearts.
And then goes to Boots and Hearts.
And then,
has a good time.
just... splurges on all the VIP stuff.
Nice.
Gets
the seats and the up close. That's sweet.
Yep.
But yeah, I've heard good energy come from Boots and Hearts, and it's usually a good time. I mean, I've never been to that one personally. But
I've never been to a festival.
I've only heard. Yeah, you're kind of like.
I've like
you've been to a few
worked
things.
festivals, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I've done art stuff for festivals, and I've done music for festivals.
Yeah, you did Rubber Boots Festival, so you played festivals. Yeah. You've been an artist playing music at a festival.
Yeah, and I've been a visual artist at festivals too, but I've never just like...
Yeah. Same here. I've played music at festivals, so I've been a performer at some festivals, and then I've also just gone to enjoy the show at some festivals. So I have both aspects of the festivalness, and it's always a good time.
Yeah.
Summer in Ontario was fun. Summer in Canada is a good time. And if you could catch some of these festivals, amongst many others that I didn't have time to name, there's a lot of festivals going on.
I got like a hair.
Montreal and Quebec have their own things. They got a bunch of stuff going on there too.
I know Alberta has a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Canada's a festival thing in the summer, so there's a lot.
Well, we're buried under...
You can't really have too many outdoor festivals when it's that cold.
So when summer starts rolling around, we get excited.
We get pretty excited in the summertime, and it changes the energy around here, that's for sure. And it turns around for positive, but in different ways, you know. And the summer out here, when you're outside and you catch a nice day, a nice evening, if you're outside and you catch some music, is like an amazing time. Mm-hmm. So anybody that's never been to Ontario for a festival, I strongly suggest you try it out because it's a good time. You're going to have some fun for sure. It doesn't matter which one you go to. They're all good spirits, good times. It really does depend on what kind of music you want. But I think, like, I'm noticing with festivals that they're trying to stretch out. Even if it's, like, a certain festival, it's supposed to be certain types of music. I'm noticing the types of music that are associated with festivals is getting broader, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's not like this is a hard rock festival and there's only going to be 3 bands that are playing for 12 hours and, and it's
Which
just
is
like,
a
spreads out.
bad thing. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea of a festival being a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to Heavy Montreal, you're going to listen to heavy metal. You're going to listen to death metal and all that shit.
Like, there shouldn't be, like, I don't think, like...
There shouldn't be folk music.
Or, like, a solo artist that's just playing acoustic or something. It's kind of like, it doesn't really fit the festival, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, it depends, like, if you're going to, like, a heavy rock concert, you just want to kind of see full bands.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and most of the time, that's usually the case. But even in opening, I'd rather see, a full band that's just, a new band or something, up and coming, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the band aspect, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And, I think that's where festivals like Warped Tour kind of fuck themselves because they tried to do too much with it.
It got a little too washy.
Yeah, it just got all over the place.
Lost its personality a little.
Yeah.
Do you think things like that might have a chance in the future to come back around and try again? Or do you think a lot of that stuff is like too passe and that format just they kind of didn't pan out?
I think it would take a special circumstance.
Yeah, to move it around like that, to be able to kind of move it a little bit? Like Warped Tour's coming to you or...
that whole scene just... Ugh.
Yeah, it's
so depressing as like an old school punk kid, but just sad.
You see some of the old shows and you relive some of those moments, and some of them were great, some of them were kind of scary, and a lot of them were just weird. So it had a strange energy going at the end that it was a crazy time. But
when Bad Religion stopped playing Warped Tour, that's when it really went downhill because don't quote me on this, but I feel like Bad Religion has been playing Warped Tour since Warped Tour existed.
They were like one of the OG bands that was on the list.
Yeah, and then I remember like the year that they pulled out, and I was like, okay, now it's really gonna just die.
The vibe's gonna change a bit and whatever. Yeah.
Oh, it died.
I know, but you just knew that it was kind of gonna.
Are they doing Lollapalooza this year? Or is
I'm not too up and up on it, so I had to do some research on that. I know,
that's
like
in States, but
I know. A lot of things were, trying to kind of do their full thing again, depending on circumstances. But yeah, it's been like the past time has been strange for these large events, but most of them are. I feel from what I'm reading and understanding, most of them are back to full swing.
Okay, that's cool.
Even in our strange old country that we live in, Canada is like the safest country that's a little too safe sometimes, and sometimes we can go a little overboard with our safety.
Yeah.
So we need to be forgiven for being a little too safe sometimes because sometimes Canada can take it a little too far.
A little bit.
Like when you put caution tape on cards in a dollar store.
That was a dark time.
I might as well tell the story because people aren't from around here and they might not have experienced this.
I think it happened in other places.
Maybe, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
So this one time when
this might be the last story because I'm getting.
We'll wrap it up on this story of caution. We'll leave it on a story of caution. All right.
Cautionary tale.
So someone at some point in time when everybody was extremely confused about safety rules. Decided that it was going to be a good idea to put caution tape around cards because they didn't want people to be too close to the cards.
They were non-essential.
While selecting them. And the cards were non-essential. And you couldn't buy a plunger because apparently that had caution tape around it too. But you could buy a shower curtain,
absolutely,
which was deemed essential at the time. Cards were not, plungers were not, but essential items were shower curtains. And I think you could get napkins.
Plain dishware only. No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dishware. That's right.
Yep.
So Canada can go a little nonsensical with some safety things. I'm not saying that anybody had a game plan for what's safe and what's not safe,
But to see caution tape around cards was a moment in my life that I'll never forget. The fact that you couldn't buy it because it was non-essential and they were obviously dangerous to society. A nice birthday card. It was a strange
You could
time.
get a nasty paper cut, man.
It was a strange time. There was literally caution tape around them.
Scary.
I stood there for like 3 minutes trying to process it.
It was
That I
scary.
couldn't reach and get a card. I remember I was just standing there like I can't get a card. I'm looking right at them.
It was scary.
And I'm looking right at them and I'm
Didn't
like
it.
I'm like there's safety and then there's who came up with this.
Strobe Dinosaur!
But yeah, we'll leave it on a Canadian cautious tale. I hope everybody can come check out some Ontario festivals because it is a good time. And we do have some fun sometimes in this country. Strobe
do.
it. Is that the one? Is that
No. You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep going.
How do you know?
Keep going. Go. Go. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Nice. Strobe Alien.
Strobe alien. Yeah.
Strobe Alien!
You could put that in Scrabble? Strobe alien. Strobe alien in Scrabble.
It's not a word.
Strobe alien is not a word?
No.
Not a double word score? Yeah.
Alright.
Well, that was fun. I'm gonna do something fancy with the lights. Let's see what this one does.
Palsy.
And we'll Willie Nelson our way out of here.
Cerebral palsy.